I'd like to call today's meeting for May 12th, 2026 to order. That's Councilmember Broggie. Can you lead us in the pledge?
Please stand. Hand over heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Mendez,
Present.
Councilmember Broggie,
Here.
Councilmember Villaseñor,
Here.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Here.
and Mayor Pro Tem Garnica is absent today.
Thank you. Moving on to number 4, approval of the agenda.
Go ahead. So moved.
Motion, second.
And I'll second.
Okay, motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Moving on to number 5, presentations. 5A, proclaiming Building Safety Month, May 2026. Whereas the City of Fillmore is committed to recognizing that our growth and strength depends on the safety and essential role of our homes, buildings, and infrastructure play both in everyday life and when disasters strike. And whereas our confidence in the resilience of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building, safety, and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas these guardians are dedicated members of the International Code Council, ICC, a nonprofit that brings together local, state, territorial, tribal, and federal officials who are experts in the built environment to create and implement the highest quality codes and standards to protect us in the buildings where we live, learn, work, and play. And whereas these modern buildings, codes, and standards include safeguards to protect the public from hazards such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildland fires, floods, and earthquakes. And whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by ICC to remind the public about the critical role of our communities, largely unknown protectors of public safety, our code officials who assure us of safe, sustainable, and affordable buildings that are essential to our prosperity. And whereas Built to Last, the theme for Building Safety Month 2026, encourages all to get involved and raise awareness about building safety on a personal, local, and global scale. And whereas each year, in observance of Building Safety Month, people all over the world are asked to consider the commitment to improved building safety and resilience and economic investment at home, in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided to us all by local, state, tribal, territorial, and federal building safety and fire prevention depends in protecting lives and property. Now, therefore, I, Albert Mendez, the Mayor of the City of Fillmore, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 as Building Safety Month. And I do have one speaker on this topic, Inez Ebel, and I also wanted to call up Joe Belomo, too, as well, after Inez speaks. Oh, sorry.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm Inez Ebel, representing the City of Fillmore's Building and Safety Department, as well as being the Vice President and Treasurer of the International Code Council's Ventura Region Chapter. I would like to express my gratitude to you, the City Council, for taking part through your proclamation in this internationally recognized event to help raise awareness about building and safety. This year's theme, Built to Last, has a heavy focus on resiliency within the community as well as accessibility. I've been working with the city's senior management analyst, Angel Garcia, to promote the Building and Safety Month through the city's social media platforms. I appreciate the commitment the city has shown toward the safety of this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Inez. And my apologies, Joe will be speaking on item 5C. Moving on to item 5B. Sorry, Joe. Okay. Proclaiming Peace Officer Memorial Day, May 15, 2026. Proclaiming Peace Officer Memorial Day, whereas peace officers across the nation and within our community serve with courage and dedication to protect life and property, safeguard our neighborhoods, and uphold the rule of law. And whereas these men and women willingly accept their risk and responsibilities of law enforcement service, often placing themselves in harm's way to ensure the safety and well-being of others. And whereas Peace Officers Memorial Day provides an opportunity to honor those officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty and to recognize the lasting impact of their service on their families, colleagues, and communities. And whereas the City of Fillmore recognizes the importance of fostering trust, respect, and collaboration between law enforcement and the community it serves, and whereas it is appropriate to remember and honor fallen officers and to show support for those who continue to serve with integrity and dedication. Now therefore, I, Albert Mendez, Mayor of the City of Fillmore, do hereby proclaim May 15, 2026 as Peace Officers Memorial Day in the City of Fillmore, and encourage all residents to observe the day with appropriate ceremonies and activities to honor fallen officers and to express appreciation for those who continue to serve. Chief, did you want to say some words?
Thank you, Mayor. I truly appreciate this proclamation. On behalf of all of us here at the PD, I try to bring a lot of numbers, but I think Public Works probably got me beat. But I especially want to thank you, Mayor, and City Council members, Erica, and the entire City of Fillmore for the strong support that everyone provides here for public safety. It truly does make our job a whole lot easier when we do have a strong support system like that. So we appreciate the proclamation. Thank you.
Moving on to item 5C, proclaiming Public Works Week, May 17th through the 23rd, 2026. Whereas the California League of Cities is co-sponsoring H.R. 95, an assembly resolution declaring May 17th through the 23rd as National Public Works Week in California. And whereas at the urging of Cal City's Jessica Caloza amended this annual resolution to recognize the vital role public works teams play in shaping the critical first hours and days of emergency response. And whereas the City of Fillmore joins cities across California in recognizing National Public Works Week and honoring the dedicated professionals who keep our community functioning each day, especially during times of crisis. And whereas when disasters impact Fillmore and surrounding areas, public works personnel are often the first on the ground, clearing debris, stabilizing roadways, and reopening critical access routes before other emergency responders can arrive. And whereas the speed and effectiveness of their work directly determines how quickly the Fillmore community can respond and how safely it can recover. And whereas public works teams in Fillmore perform essential duties beyond infrastructure repair, including managing traffic, securing perimeters, supporting evacuations, and rescuing operations, deploying critical supplies and equipment, and assessing the rebuilding damaged systems. And whereas these mission-critical responsibilities directly impact life, safety, and the continuity of essential services for Fillmore residents. And whereas federal guidance, including Homeland Security Presidential Directive 5, recognizes public works as an integral to effective emergency planning and response. And whereas local governments, including Fillmore, are responsible for managing the first 72 hours of an emergency, often without immediate state or federal assistance, relying heavily on the preparedness, training, and coordination of public works teams. And whereas H.R. 95 provides an important opportunity to elevate and formally recognize the indispensable contribution of public works professionals within the emergency management framework. Now, therefore, I, Albert Mendez, the Mayor of the City of Fillmore, do hereby proclaim May 17, 2026 as National Public Works Week and express its support for H.R. 95. And be it further proclaimed, the City of Fillmore honors and appreciates the dedicated public works professionals who safeguard our community and affirms that their work shall be recognized, valued, and supported as essential to a safe and resilient Fillmore. Thank you. Joe?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's very important that, this proclamation is coming on our first annual Public Works Week next week. We have some fun and exciting things to do next week, especially with the kindergartners through second grade at all the elementary schools here in the city of Fillmore. So the Public Works crew, we are a deep department, so we have a lot of ancillary programs and services that we do in the Public Works Department, but the core of your proclamation hits at our Public Works crew. These are our first responders, and if you would allow me to, I'd like to invite them up. Yes. So Public Works crew, come on up. These are the guys that get it done, and girls get it done every day. And with them is Georgie, Shannon, and Jake in the back. They're a part of the admin staff. So with them, we get, a lot of the emergency, this is what we would constitute as the group that would respond to emergencies or after hours work. And then with us, we have our treatment plant, operator. Arza Hawk, he's our chief plant operator with Veolia. Arza, I'm very proud, he runs that plant over there. But he's also a Fillmore resident. So this is a very, proudful thing that we have him up here with us. And with him is his regional vice president, Bobby. Bobby's responsible for the contract that the city has with Veolia. Veolia bought it from American Water, but they are responsible for the design, build, and operate contract. Equally very important to the services that we provide here in the Public Works Department is our engineering group, headed by Roxanne, our city engineer. And Ruby is back there. She's coming up. Roxanne. Ruby is a representative of our environmental compliance group. They do a lot of the stormwater management. There's a lot of things. In fact, one of the items tonight is from her group. So thank you all for being here, and I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, right? No, that's it. Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Mayor, for recognizing us.
Well, thank you all for the jobs you guys do, and without you guys, our city cannot function, so we really, truly appreciate that. And I also wanted to thank our our building safety people, and also our sheriff. Thank you guys for everything you guys do.
Thank you.
Maybe if I could say a word. Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to say a quick word too, and I think maybe Councilmember Broggie might as well. And it's also just a thank you on behalf of the council, because representing the citizens, representing the residents. How does the city of Fillmore work? How do we function? How do we get through? Have our city work for us every day? Well, this is how it does. This is how you said for infrastructure, for public safety, and so just recognizing everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Mayor, for these proclamations.
Councilmember Broggie, did you want to say anything?
I want to say thank you so much for keeping the peace and making sure that this beautiful city is safe and risking everything to make sure that this gets. And same thing with the with Public Works. Just stepped outside, and Joe, I know you guys do amazing work with your team, and I'm very proud to drive around and walk around or whatever it may be. So thank you so much for doing that. And same thing, Roxanne. Thank you so much. And yeah, building safety too. I should have left already, but thank you so much for making sure that we're all safe. Thank you.
Moving on to item number 6, public comments. Is there any member of the public who would like to speak? Okay, moving on to item number 7, city council reports, recommendations, comments, commission, and board reports. Anybody?
Okay.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Not too much to
report back. I didn't attend much meetings this time around, but looking forward to the next couple of meetings I'm going to be attending in the next couple of weeks.
Councilmember Villaseñor?
Yes, thank you. Likewise, also from my committees, I don't have a lot of information, but I do want to highlight, and I think our city manager, Erika, may say something during her comments, but this recently has been put on the city social media, so I just want to make sure everyone's aware that this Thursday, the city of Fillmore is going to host its first ever, I believe, budget workshop for the public. And this is really great. This is, we hear as council members from our constituents, and we know, on social media, people have a lot of questions sometimes about the budget. How does the city spend its funds? What comes in? How does it go out? And so this is a really great beginning primer that I believe is going to be the first in this series. And so I just wanted to highlight it. It's going to be Thursday here at City Hall at 6 p.m. It's called the Budget 101 presentation. And learn about how the city develops our annual budget and plans for the year, for the fiscal year, understanding where city funding comes from, how it's used. I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there about the city's, how we spend the funds that we have, that we bring in. And this is going to be really great to bring, clarify that and let people know. And also people have questions. And so I know I think it'll be a great session to answer some questions. And see how the budget supports our public safety, infrastructure, parks, programs, daily services, and find out how the budget decisions help shape the city's priorities in the year ahead. So it's going to be great. That's this Thursday, May 14th, here in City Hall at 6 p.m. And kudos to City Manager Erika, to Deborah, our finance director, for putting this together. I think it's a great first step for the city, for folks learning more about how the money works here. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Brogy?
Yes, thank you. As far as my outside committee meetings are concerned, I had just one. That was Ventura County Transportation Commission. And again, we had a really lengthy conversation and a lot of people in attendance at that with regard to the same issue that I raised at our last council meeting, the bike path that will parallel the railroad tracks between Ventura and Piru. And it's something that's in the very beginning stages. I mean, they've been talking about it for several years, but at this point, we're just looking at getting the initial decisions made as to where it's going to actually be. And so it's a long ways off. But I wanted to point out that, as I shared last time we discussed this, that there was some real concern from the agricultural community along here for the entire distance from Santa Paula all the way to Piru. And the VCTC, the commission, is recognizing that. And so they're taking some steps to really address and communicate better with the agricultural community in the entire Santa Clara Valley here. So with that said, just keep your ears and eyes open for progress on that project. It would be great if it comes to fruition, whether, I'm thinking it won't be in my lifetime possibly, but we'll see the way things are going. So again, that was the only meeting that I attended. And then I just wanted also a reminder, my bi-weekly Porch Talk is scheduled again for tomorrow night. We had a really great one 2 weeks ago after the night after the council meeting. And again, it's always the second and fourth Wednesday of the month at my house, literally on my porch. And we had a really productive Porch Talk the last meeting. And I'm just really thrilled with the participation that I'm seeing from the community and people showing up and asking great questions and bringing great ideas. So, and then the last agenda item or matter I wanted to share again is that we just talked about or did the proclamation for the Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony, and the county ceremony is going to be held on May 21st, which is a different date than what the proclamation was done here for. So May 21st at the Ventura County Government Center, and it's probably one of the most heartfelt ceremonies I have ever attended. There are so many people that show up from the community and all of law enforcement from all over the county, and it's held right in front of the Government Center on Victoria. And they actually go through, whoever's leading at that point in time, likely the sheriff, I would think. They have people that will ring a bell and share names of every single fallen officer from the beginning of history here in Ventura County. So it takes a little while to go through that process, but it's also an eye-opener as to, what our law enforcement officers do here in our county to protect us and to serve us. So I encourage, if you're able to, it's at 10 a.m. on, again, the 21st of May, and I hope to see you there. So thank you.
Thank you.
Carrie, can I ask you just a question on your comment about VCTC and the bike path? Are they still accepting comments from the community?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good question. If you do have comments, or if anybody from the agricultural community has questions, certainly reach out to the VCTC, and they're looking to be able to assist and answer questions for all of those that are being impacted by this. So.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mayor, I'm sorry, I had one more comment that I forgot. Thank you. Appreciate it. One thing I forgot to mention was a little update on Santa Paula and the whole hospital situation. I think I had let the community know at our last meeting that I thought maybe in June the Board of Supervisors was going to get feedback from the Ventura County healthcare agency about sort of a community data, a needs assessment. Turns out that's being pushed back a few months. So I think it's not going to go to the board, this presentation of community health data around the Santa Clara Valley, until late summer. So I just wanted to let the community know that, and I'm just keeping tabs on it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
As far as my committees that I sit on, they've been pretty dark. I will meet next week on some of my committees, but I wanted to let you all know that I attended the SCAG conference May 7th and 8th, and we did pass the annual budget, and a new board was elected to serve. So that's all for my reports.
Can I, quick question?
Yes.
Can you share a little bit about what SCAG is for those that
Yes,
that
it's
don't know?
the Southern California Association of Governments, and they're there to help the Southern California region with infrastructure projects, mostly infrastructure projects. There's grant money out there that's available to cities if you apply on time, and they help the cities with that kind of projects. But it's a great organization, and they do help. I know Santa Paula. They helped Santa Paula with one of their projects, and they were awarded last year. Oxnard, I think the Carmen Ramirez they got awarded with the housing, so it was really good. Yeah. Yes. So that's awesome. Moving on to number 8, consent calendar. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll move.
Okay, got a motion, a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to item 9, new business. 9A, introduction of an ordinance amending Fillmore's Municipal Code, Chapter 7.12, vendors, sidewalk vendors, and solicitors to allow sidewalk vendors to operate without obtaining a permit.
Hi, Mayor. I'm presenting this one tonight, everyone. This will be a short report. It's a pretty straightforward ordinance. The state law changed effective this year to limit what cities and counties can require on permit applications from sidewalk vendors to help protect their homes and their personhood from people being able to make public records requests and find out where they live and who they are. So as a result of that new law, we revised our code to update Chapter 7.12, which currently requires permits and has processes for information that's no longer required to be collected. And it also has sections about an appeal process and penalties that will no longer be needed. So this is a cleanup ordinance to comply with state law and streamline the requirements for someone to get a permit to be a sidewalk vendor. Please let me know if you have any questions.
So this is not going to affect if they needed a health permit or anything, they still got to go to the county and get a health permit,
Yes, if they're
correct?
selling food,
If
right.
they're selling food, right.
But the county's probably changing the information that goes on the permit
Okay.
to help protect them as well.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
I guess just a curiosity question then, are they going to use like a number identifier? Or, I'm just wondering if you happen to know.
That might be a Deborah question, how you're
Okay.
going to track who the permit belongs to. Because finance issues the permit.
Okay.
If you
Okay,
can't
that's
have the
okay.
name.
It popped in my head right now.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
thank you. So, no other questions?
One other question. So this is applicable only to like street vendors or, okay.
The
No
ones
other
who vend on the sidewalk.
Right, and no
Right.
other vendors?
No other business.
No other vendors?
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, no other questions. Can I get a motion?
Yes, I will move that we adopt the ordinance, and I will read this out loud, the whole ordinance, that the City Council of Fillmore adopt ordinance number 26-996, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Fillmore, California, amending Fillmore Municipal Code, Chapter 7.12, vendors, sidewalk vendors, and solicitors to allow sidewalk vendors to operate without obtaining a permit.
Okay, we got a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Moving on to 9B, appointment to the Cultural Arts and Recreation Commission. Ana?
Hello, Mayor and Council. My name is Ana Sendejas, and I will be here presenting to you the appointment of the Cultural Arts and Recreation Commission, also known as CAR Commission. The CAR Commission has 5 voting members who are typically appointed for a term of 4 years per Fillmore Municipal Code, Section 2.28.020. However, when a vacancy occurs, a new person is appointed to fill the remainder of their 4-term. Per Fillmore Municipal Code, in the event a member of the commission does not attend 2 consecutive meetings during a period of 2 months, unless excused for caused by the chairman of the commission, the office of such member shall be deemed to be vacant, and the term of such member ex facto terminated. The secretary of the commission shall immediately notify the mayor of such termination. The CAR Commissioner, Brady Hollis, failed to attend 2 consecutive meetings during a period of 2 months. Thus, Ms. Hollis' position is deemed to be vacant. Her term was set to expire on February 25th of 2029. Pursuant to the Fillmore Municipal Code, any appointments made to fill a vacancy occurring during the commission's term shall be for an unexpired position of that term. According to the vacancy created by Ms. Hollis, is for the term ending on February 25th of 2029. Consistent with the city's policies, which provided that the commissioner applications remain active to be filled for 1 year, the staff confirmed that Ms. Marcela Reyes had a valid application on file at the time of the vacancy occurred. Staff consulted with the City Council ad hoc interviews committee compressed at the time of Council Member Cristina Villaseñor and Council Member Carrie Brogy to determine how to proceed with filling the vacancy. After reviewing and the decision of the ad hoc interviews committee expressed its desire to move forward with the recommendation of Ms. Reyes for appointment of the Car Commission. If approved by the City Council, Ms. Reyes will be appointed to fill the unexpired term that ends on February 25th, 2029. In accordance with the Fillmore Municipal Code and the state law, the Car Commissions are appointed by the mayor, subject to be confirmed by the City Council. Consistent with the recommendations of the City Council Ad Hoc Interview Committee, staff is required that the mayor recommends this appointment and that the City Council confirms the appointment. And then I do have Ms. Reyes here who would also like to speak.
Okay. Hi, welcome.
Hello. Good evening, Mayor, council members, and staff. I wanted to thank you for considering my appointment to the Cultural Arts and Recreation Commission. I'm honored and excited for the opportunity to serve the Fillmore community. As someone who grew up here, lives here, and is raising my family here, I care deeply about creating opportunities and spaces that bring people together and strengthen community connection. In my professional career, I've worked in public service and community-focused programs throughout Ventura County, and I'm looking forward to bringing that experience along with a collaborative and thoughtful approach to the commission. I'm excited to learn, contribute where I can, and help support programs, events, and initiatives that benefit all the residents of our community. Thank you again for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Okay, discussion? Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it was just a pleasure to meet you during the interview process, and I have, without a doubt, know you'll do really well and will contribute a lot to the Car Commission. So thank you.
Just want to reiterate Carrie's comments. Thank you, Marisela. You did a wonderful interview, and looking forward to having you be part of the commission and part of the Fillmore team. I think you have many talents and dedication that you've shown to bring forward. So very excited. Thank you.
And thank you for the committee for doing that work and reviewing the applications. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Marisela, I'm so happy to see you up here. It's nice to know that people that you grew up with are coming in and becoming leaders in the community. And I know you're just hitting your infancy of where you're going to be and how you're going to do it. So I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy to see you up there. And I know you're going to do wonderful things. So thank you for taking your, some time from your busy schedule and serving your community. So thank you so much.
Yes, and I just want to echo what my fellow council members said. Thank you for stepping up and volunteering to help in the city and give us your time and giving your community your time to serve in this very important role. So thank you so much. Okay, with that, can I get a motion, please?
Sure. I will move that we, I don't know, do I need to, as a member of the ad hoc, I think I could still do this, that we move it forward, make the recommendation to the mayor that we appoint Marisela Reyes to the Cultural Arts and Recreation Commission to fill the vacancy that we have.
Thank you. Can
I'll
I get a second?
I'll second.
Second, I got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes unanimously. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 9C, adoption of plans and specifications and cost estimate for project specification number 25-12, catch basin retrofit project. Mr. Joe Belomo, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The proposed catch basin retrofit project specification 2512 will retrofit city-owned catch basins with trash excluder devices to comply with the statewide trash policy. And improved stormwater quality throughout the city of Fillmore. Staff identified 41 priority catch basins required for retrofitting and previously committed to completing all installations by December 2nd, 2030, with 50% of that to be completed by September 30 of this year. On March 17th, 2026, the city approved Wilden Engineering to prepare project specifications and an estimate for this project. The project includes coordination with the Regional Water Quality Control Board and Caltrans to determine the responsibility for additional catch basins located within the Caltrans right-of-way. The estimated construction cost for this project is $66,000. Adoption of the plan specification and authorization to advertise for bids will create will not create an immediate fiscal impact, as funding for the project is anticipated in the draft 2026-27 budget. Staff will return to City Council on June 9th with a recommendation for the contract award and allocate funding at that time. The proposed project schedule includes bid advertisement on May 14th, so in 2 days, bid opening on May 28th, and contract award with the City Council on June 9th. Construction from June through August is what the anticipated timeline would be. And then project closeout, we're looking at August, September of 2026 of this year. This project supports the City Council's infrastructure goals by maintaining and improving critical stormwater infrastructure while advancing regulatory compliance and environmental stewardship. That concludes my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Any questions? No? Councilmember Brogy?
Yeah. And I don't mean to put you on the spot on this, but there's probably a clear answer for it, but if this was originally started in November 2017, and then I know that additional things were done per the report in 2019, is this delayed at all? Is it one of those things that we're playing catch up on, or?
No, not at all. You look at opportunities with our capital improvement projects to, knock off a couple of these retrofits. These aren't very, the cost of this is not very much. And the fact that we have a long compliance timeline in order to get these things done, it was planned, with enough horizon in front of us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, may I entertain a motion, please?
Okay, I'll move that the City Council adopt the plan specifications and estimate for the retrofit of city-owned and maintained storm drain catch basins with trash excluders, known as project specification number 25-12, and authorize the advertisement of the project for construction bids.
Okay, I got a motion. Can I have a second? Second. Okay, a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 9D, approval of contract services for agreement for 2026-27 engineering consultant services with David Burkhart. Joe,
Mr. Mayor.
you're up again.
This is an annual service contract that we have with Mr. Burkhart. Mr. Burkhart has been working for the city for a number of years, providing a vital role in knowledge of the treatment plant, the contract, recycled water requirements. He's like a jack of all trades that we, unfortunately only get a limited time per week with. But he's one that, knows where everything is at or is, has the ability to find it. So with that, I'm really happy that we can continue the service. We constantly worry about Dave and making sure that, he's maintains his health while balancing it with, what he likes to do, and that's come in and see the staff. So he does work off-site, and he comes into the office 1 day a week, or if additional days if needed. So Dave's a great support to the department, and I'd like to see that continue.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Go ahead.
Does he report directly to you?
He does.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good to know.
Anybody else? Okay, can I have a motion?
I can move the motion.
Thank you. We get a motion and a second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 9E, third amendment to the Wildan Engineering Services contract for 2023 city engineering services. Joe again.
Thank you. The proposed third amendment to the 2023 city engineering service contract with Will Engineering will extend the agreement for an additional 3-year term through June 30, 2029, and increase the total contract authorization to support ongoing and future engineering, infrastructure, and capital improvement projects for the city of Fillmore. Willdan Engineering has provided contractual city engineering services to the city since 2017, and currently supplies key engineering personnel to include the city engineer, deputy city engineer, as well as inspection, design, project management, and technical support services. The firm supports a wide range of municipal engineering functions, including capital project development, infrastructure design and construction management, permitting, plan checking, inspections, development-related engineering services. In 2023, the city requested proposals from a number of engineering firms. Willdan Engineering and another firm were selected for an interview as the final step in the selection process. Willdan Engineering was ultimately selected by the selection committee by their decision and approved by the city council. I'd like to remind the city council that prior to my employment at the city in September of 2024, I worked for Willdan Engineering for about 20 years. And during that time, I served the city as the deputy city engineer. So you might notice my name in the initial contract with the city. I was working for Willdan at that time, but you stole it. Yeah. Yeah, so I no longer work for the city. I mean, for Willdan, sorry. Roxanne? All right, so, yeah, no, I'm a proud city employee. So there is no conflict of interest, and me being up here is solely out of a professional line on what Willdan Engineering is capable of doing for the city, so. The original 2023 agreement was approved with an amount not to exceed $1.87 million through June 30 of 2026. Actually, that's a typo. It was supposed to be through the initial term, which was 2023. Oh, no, that's right. I'm sorry. It is 2026, with the option of a 3-year extension. Subsequent amendments expanded the scope of services and increased compensation to support additional capital improvement and infrastructure projects. The proposed third amendment would extend the contract term for another 3 years through June 30, 2029, add supplemental scope of services for an extended period of the 3 years, increase the contract amount by $2.84 million, resulting in a total new contract not to exceed amount of $6,691,000, $586.57. And we updated Willdan's billing rate structure, hourly billing rate structure. The requested increases reflect the growth volume of recent approved projects, anticipated capital improvement projects, including included in the draft 2026 budget, 26-27 budget, and the continued need for comprehensive engineering support services on site. Included in this, funding for these services is derived from multiple sources, including developer deposits, capital project funds, grants, and other governmental funding resources, development impact fees, and limited general fund contributions. Approval of the amendment will ensure a continuity of engineering operations and support the City Council's strategic priority to upgrade and maintain public infrastructure while advancing critical capital improvement projects citywide. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions?
I do have one. Thank you, Joe. So just going over the numbers a little bit, it looks like from between our first and second amendment, it was sort of a jump of about $1 million, more or less. And now between our second and our third, we've got about almost 4. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. More or less. So I just wanted to see if you can maybe just highlight for me. I'm sure it's just like you said, increasing out wages. All the different things happening with just inflation. But is there a couple of particular things that you're like, that's what's costing us a bit more? Just wondering if you could speak to that.
Yes, there
Okay.
is, I'm sorry, there's also Roxanne, obviously, that she can, answer any questions you have specific to the Willdan contract, or the firm. But the big jump from the annual $1 million increase that are largely associated with the capital improvement projects.
Okay.
We bring in a host of capital improvement projects every year into the contract, and that's the reason why it's about $1 million. Capital improvement projects and development type projects. The large increase is associated with the 3-year extension. So we're all, besides the capital improvement projects, we're also adding 3 years of on-site support staff. So you'll see on the table C3, it breaks it down, that first set of numbers. It talks about land development and how much the Third Amendment is for a little bit $500,000.
Okay.
And then we do some tuning up, and we put some of the engineering services down below within the project. So we kind of, that second line, you'll see a negative number, 107. That's because those figures are brought down into the capital improvement projects. And then the yearly fee, the first column, there's the 330,000. That and the one down below for general engineering services, 300, comes down, and all the way down on the bottom for the extension of the 3-year contract, it comes to 3.7 million.
Okay.
So it's to account for the annual on-site support, land development, those annual amounts, and then we have rolled up into the total cost of, it looks like it's $640,000 this year for capital improvement projects.
Okay.
So annually, we will return and bring in the capital improvement projects next year. It might not be $1 million, the first year of the contract, the First Amendment rather, we brought it up by 580,000 and change, a little bit less than that. And then the second year, because we were, going with a lot of the projects, the well development, stuff like that.
Right.
That brought it up to 1.1. And then the amendment on the capital improvement projects for this year brings in about 640,000.
Okay.
So
Thank
it
you.
fluctuates.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
breaking it down for me. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I think Christina's question probably answered a lot of it, and this is just revealing my ignorance on these numbers here. When you're talking about the contract sums, so you have a total that, and what's the last total that we had? Not to exceed $6,691,000, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm assuming that's including the hourly rates that staff is working. Is that correct? I mean, that
It's an amount, but they are going to be billing us
Okay.
based upon their hourly rates.
Not to exceed that. Okay.
Yes, not to exceed that. That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay, and then under fiscal impact, where it states that services funded from a variety of sources, including developer deposits, capital project funds, et cetera, and to a lesser extent, the city's general fund. So the funds are coming from various resources, but then with regard to the city's general fund, can you ballpark that number? And I should know this since we've already had our budget meetings, but.
So the general fund contribution is like for our annual overlay projects, for example. The design and CMPM and inspection are all Willdan related costs when we have an annual overlay project. Most of that is going to be paid through ARPA. I'm sorry,
Okay.
not ARPA, but
Not anymore, yeah.
the AMRA,
Okay.
right, and some other funds, and then also the fund, the general fund helps augment the.
Okay,
the
to
need.
augment it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's hard to pin it down. You know, we can look back and probably see how much general fund has been contributed, but it's hard to pin it down when we bring in an amendment, what projects are, you know, how we're going to fund those.
Yeah, at some point in time, I think I would like to see what that number is. You know,
Okay.
if we get further down the road, but without putting any, you know, work on staff to do that, if that would be problematic, but.
What we can do is, like, as we're getting ready to prepare bringing forward the budget, we did discuss this, it comes typically from TDA funding, but if you want to see a breakdown, we could probably just email it to the council.
Yeah, but again, it's more to resolve and educational purposes for myself and not.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want staff, like I said, to do a whole lot of work on that.
We should be able to pull something, right, Deborah? And we'll just send it to the entire council.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, council. So with that, can I entertain a motion for 9E?
I will make a motion to approve the third amendment to Wilden Engineering Contract for 2023 City Engineering Services and authorize the city manager to sign a third amendment to the contract.
Okay, we got a motion and a second.
I'll second.
Okay, motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 9F, public hearing to consider the adoption of resolutions approving the engineering annual levy report for fiscal year 2026-2027 and ordering the annual levy and collection of assessments for fiscal year 2026-2027 within the City of Fillmore, Heritage Valley Landscaping and Lighting District Number 2007-1 and Landscape and the City of Fillmore Landscape and Lighting Assessment District 02. Okay. Hey, Deborah.
I let but half my speech. Well, good evening, council members. Mayor Mendez, I'm Deborah Cavaletto, Finance Director. As stated just now, at 9F, we are requesting the public hearings to consider those adoptions of the resolutions for both the engineer's annual levy report and the ordering that annual levy and collection of assessment for both City of Fillmore's District 2007-1 and Lighting Landscape in District Number 2 for fiscal year 2026-27. These districts contain landscape improvements in designated media parkways and street lighting improvements within the designated zones, and they're located in residential, commercial, and mixed-use areas. The annual assessment funds the operations, administrative utilities, and maintenance of these improvements, and the assessments calculation include an annual inflationary factor formula that you can have the maximum assessment at either over the previous year by either 3% or by CPI, whichever is greater. In this case, this year, the difference between the CPI for January versus last year was 3.02%, so therefore we used that for the prior year. Maximum assessment has been raised and adjusted by that 3.02%. This meets the City Council goal for infrastructure, and as stated before, if there are City Council members who are in certain districts, the process is to excuse in those areas. And this is the end of my presentation. I'm available for questions.
Thank you, Deborah, so much for your presentation. Questions or comments? No? Okay, so with that, can I entertain a motion for 9F? Oh, this time, let me open the public hearing. Thank you. And then so there's nobody here, then I'll close the public hearing. And now I'll entertain a motion.
Okay, I'll move. Tiffany, do I have to read the resolutions out? Could I say resolution? Okay, great. I will move this recommendation that we adopt the resolutions listed, and I will recuse myself from Landscape and Lighting District Number 2, which is Riverwalk, Track 5099, as well as number 7, which is authorize the staff to incorporate the revenues and expenditures reflected in the annual budgets.
Thank you. We got a motion. Is there a second?
I need to recuse myself as well
Okay.
before I cast my vote here.
Okay.
And I'm recusing myself from Landscaping and Lighting District number 2007-1, Zone 1.
Okay.
And I abstain myself from LLD number 2, Zone 1.
Thank you. We had a motion and a second.
I will second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, a motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Moving on to item number 10, City Manager Verbal Report.
Thank you, Mayor. Like Councilmember Villaseñor mentioned, we want to invite everyone for the Educational Budget Workshop Thursday here in the council chambers from 6 to 7 p.m. This will be the start of a series that we're planning on having. The first one will be in person. The future ones we're planning on having them via Zoom so that we can record them and then post them to our website for future material. But our goal is to, as we move through this budgetary process, to educate the constituents not only on like the workshop of budgeting 101, but also mention how is it that we go through a mid-year cycle, the end of year closure and so on. So we're working on preparing that to continue to engage the community. Also, a reminder that on Saturday we have our health and wellness fair. So we hope to see all the constituents there. There'll be a lot of different resources, and we're also going to start with a 5K. We have a group of city staff that will be running the city haulers, and some of us will be walking and strolling the babies, but we'll be there, and we're excited to be part of that community event. On May 25th, our aquatic center will be opening to the public. We have been advertising that on our website and social media. So if you're planning on using the pool, right now is the time for you to reserve that. And we hope that you get to enjoy some time at the aquatic center this summer. The city also will be closed on Monday, May 26th in observance to Memorial Day. And I also wanted to let the council know that I will be moving to a monthly report for the potholes. We do have a couple of other priorities. As you can understand, the Public Works has some infrastructure capital improvement projects that they're focusing on, which doesn't mean that we're going to let the potholes to the side, but it won't be weekly like we have been. And I will be verbally providing you that on a monthly basis and then emailing you bi-weekly instead of weekly. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, moving on to number 11, closed session. This time, City Council will conduct a closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956 because there is a significant exposure to litigation in one case. Back to order. Council met in closed session. Questions were asked, but no reportable action. So at this time, I will adjourn this meeting until our next scheduled meeting on May 26, 2026 at 6:30 PM.